Leading our countdown at number 1 is Astro Bot, the platforming masterpiece that showcases everything wonderful about PlayStation's gaming legacy. Team Asobi has created a celebration of PlayStation history wrapped in brilliant level design and innovative DualSense controller integration that makes every action feel tactile and responsive. The game transforms familiar platforming mechanics through clever use of the PS5's haptic feedback and adaptive triggers, creating sensations that range from walking through sand to pulling bowstrings with authentic tension. Each world pays homage to iconic PlayStation franchises while introducing creative gameplay mechanics that feel fresh and engaging. The visual presentation takes full advantage of the PS5's hardware capabilities, delivering stunning lighting effects, detailed character animations, and smooth performance that maintains consistent frame rates during the most chaotic sequences. Collectible bots scattered throughout each level encourage thorough exploration while providing satisfying rewards for curious players. The soundtrack complements each themed world perfectly, enhancing the nostalgic atmosphere while building excitement during challenging platforming sequences. Boss battles combine pattern recognition with creative controller mechanics, requiring players to master the unique features of each encounter. The game's accessibility options ensure players of all skill levels can enjoy the experience while maintaining the challenge for veterans seeking perfect completion ratings. Natural Gaming Girl, second place is God of War Ragnarok, the epic conclusion to Kratos and Atreus' Norse mythology saga that delivers emotional storytelling alongside spectacular action sequences. Sony Santa Monica has crafted a narrative masterpiece that explores themes of parenthood, legacy, and redemption while maintaining the brutal combat that defines the series. The combat system builds upon its predecessor with new weapon types, runic attacks, and companion abilities that create dynamic battle scenarios against increasingly challenging enemies. Atreus has evolved into a capable partner whose archery skills and magical abilities complement Kratos' axe and blade combat in satisfying cooperative sequences. The 9 realms provide diverse environments that showcase the PS5's technical capabilities through detailed textures, advanced lighting systems, and seamless transitions between gameplay and cinematic sequences. Puzzle design integrates combat mechanics and environmental manipulation in creative ways that require both tactical thinking and reflexive execution. The skill progression system allows players to customize their playstyle through weapon upgrades, armor sets, and ability enhancements that fundamentally change combat approaches. Voice acting brings depth to every character interaction, with Christopher Judge and Sunny Soljic delivering performances that anchor the emotional core of this father-son journey. Side quests expand the world building while providing meaningful character development and challenging optional bosses that test mastery of the combat systems. Claiming third position is The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, the definitive version of Naughty Dog's controversial sequel that pushes narrative boundaries and technical excellence to new heights. This remastered edition takes advantage of PS5 hardware to deliver enhanced visuals, improved performance, and additional content that expands the already substantial experience. The dual protagonist structure follows Ellie and Abby through parallel narratives that challenge player perspectives and moral assumptions about revenge, forgiveness, and survival in a post-apocalyptic world. Combat mechanics have been refined to emphasize stealth, resource management, and brutal close-quarters encounters that reflect the desperate nature of the setting. The infected enemy types showcase advanced AI behaviors and grotesque visual design that create genuine tension during exploration and combat sequences. Environmental storytelling reveals the world's tragic history through abandoned locations, personal artifacts, and subtle details that reward observant players. The accessibility features set new industry standards for inclusive design, allowing players with various disabilities to experience the complete narrative without compromising the intended emotional impact. Character development explores complex themes through realistic dialogue, facial animations, and motion capture performances that blur the line between interactive entertainment and cinematic storytelling. The multiplayer content and behind-the-scenes materials provide additional value for players seeking to extend their time in this meticulously crafted world. Securing fourth place is Spider-Man 2, the web-slinging sequel that doubles the superhero action while maintaining the charm and technical excellence that made its predecessors beloved. Insomniac Games has created the ultimate Spider-Man fantasy by allowing players to switch between Peter Parker and Miles Morales, each with distinct abilities, suit powers, and character development arcs. The expanded New York City showcases impressive technical achievements with ray trace reflections, detailed pedestrian behaviors, and seamless fast travel that eliminates loading screens entirely. Web-swinging mechanics have been refined to provide more responsive controls and satisfying momentum physics that make traversal feel effortless and exhilarating. Combat systems blend both Spider-Man's unique abilities in creative ways, with Peter's gadget-focused approach complementing Miles' bioelectric powers during cooperative sequences. The villain roster includes classic Spider-Man antagonists alongside new threats that provide varied boss encounters requiring different strategies and techniques to overcome. Side missions expand beyond simple collectibles to include meaningful narrative content that develops supporting characters and explores neighborhood-specific challenges. The suit customization system offers extensive visual options and gameplay modifications that allow players to tailor their Spider-Man experience to personal preferences. Photo mode capabilities take advantage of the game's stunning visuals to create shareable moments that capture the joy and excitement of being Spider-Man in a living, breathing New York City. Taking 5th position is Helldivers 2, the cooperative third-person shooter that transforms friendly fire into strategic gameplay while delivering satirical commentary on militaristic propaganda. Arrowhead Game Studios has created a multiplayer experience that emphasizes teamwork, communication, and managed chaos as players complete missions in a hostile alien environment. The friendly fire system creates constant tension and comedy as players must coordinate movements and weapon usage to avoid accidentally eliminating teammates during intense combat scenarios. Mission structures provide dynamic objectives that require tactical planning and adaptive strategies as enemy reinforcements and environmental hazards complicate seemingly straightforward tasks. The progression system unlocks new weapons, stratagems, and equipment through collective community efforts that tie individual player actions to galaxy-wide liberation campaigns. The satirical tone brilliantly parodies military propaganda and patriotic fervor while maintaining engaging gameplay that never feels mean-spirited or heavy-handed. Weapons feel impactful and diverse, with each tool serving specific tactical purposes that encourage experimentation and role specialization within teams. The procedural mission generation ensures that repeated playthroughs feel fresh while maintaining familiar objective types that allow players to develop mastery over time. Communication tools and visual indicators help coordinate team actions even when voice chat is unavailable, making the game accessible to players with different social preferences and technical setups. Claiming 6th place is Stellar Blade, the stylish action RPG that combines fast-paced combat with stunning visual presentation in a post-apocalyptic setting. Shift Up has delivered a combat system that rewards timing, positioning, and combo mastery while telling a story about humanity's struggle for survival against mysterious mechanical enemies. The protagonist Eve utilizes a variety of weapons and abilities that can be customized and upgraded to suit different playstyles, from aggressive close combat approaches to more defensive counterattack strategies. The world design blends futuristic technology with organic environments in ways that create memorable locations filled with exploration opportunities and hidden secrets. Combat mechanics emphasize perfect dodging and parrying systems that create satisfying risk-reward scenarios where skilled timing leads to devastating counterattack opportunities. The skill progression allows players to develop Eve's abilities through multiple talent trees that fundamentally change combat approaches and unlock new movement options. Visual presentation showcases the PS5's capabilities through detailed character models, environmental effects, and smooth performance that maintains high frame rates during complex battle sequences. The narrative explores themes of identity, purpose, and humanity through interactions with supporting characters and gradual revelation of the world's tragic history. Side content provides meaningful rewards and character development while expanding the world building through optional story content and challenging combat encounters that test mastery of the game's systems. Taking 7th position is Resident Evil 4 Remake, the masterful reimagining of the survival horror classic that modernizes every aspect while preserving the essence that made the original beloved. Capcom has rebuilt the game from the ground up with updated graphics, refined gameplay mechanics, and enhanced storytelling that brings Leon Kennedy's rescue mission into the modern era. The combat system maintains the strategic resource management and precise aiming that define the original, while adding new mechanics like stealth takedowns and expanded knife combat that provide more tactical options. The village encounters and boss battles have been redesigned with modern AI behaviors and environmental interactions that create dynamic scenarios requiring adaptive strategies. Leon's character development feels more grounded and realistic, while preserving his iconic one-liners and determined personality that fans remember fondly. The inventory management system has been streamlined without losing the strategic element of deciding which items to carry into dangerous situations. Visual presentation takes full advantage of current hardware to create atmospheric lighting, detailed textures, and grotesque enemy designs that enhance the horror elements without relying on cheap jump scares. The pacing balances intense action sequences with quieter exploration moments that build tension and allow for character development. Additional content and unlockables provide replay value for players seeking to master the higher difficulty modes and discover all the secrets hidden throughout this expertly crafted remake. Securing 8th place is Horizon Forbidden West, the breathtaking sequel that expands Aloy's post-apocalyptic adventure with stunning visuals and refined gameplay mechanics. Guerrilla Games has created a vast open world filled with mechanical creatures, tribal societies, and ancient mysteries that reward both main story progression and thorough exploration. The combat system builds upon the original's foundation with new weapons, abilities, and enemy types that require different strategies and approaches to overcome effectively. Aloy's character development continues through meaningful relationships with new companions and deeper exploration of her origins and destiny within the world's complex mythology. The machine designs showcase incredible artistry and technical achievement, with each creature featuring unique behaviors, attack patterns, and component-based weak points that make encounters feel strategic rather than repetitive. Environmental variety spans from lush forests to underwater ruins, each biome offering distinct challenges, resources, and visual spectacles that demonstrate the PS5's rendering capabilities. The climbing and traversal mechanics have been enhanced with new tools and abilities that make exploration more fluid and engaging while maintaining the sense of discovery that drives player curiosity. Side quests provide substantial narrative content that develops the world's lore and supporting characters rather than serving as mere busywork or collectible hunting. Photo mode capabilities allow players to capture and share the game's remarkable visual achievements, from sunrise vistas to detailed machine close-ups that highlight the exceptional art direction and technical craftsmanship. Taking 9th position is Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, the dimensional hopping adventure that showcases the PS5's instant loading capabilities while delivering classic platforming action with modern polish. Insomniac Games has created a technical showcase that uses interdimensional portals as both narrative device and gameplay mechanic, allowing seamless transitions between different worlds and realities. The weapon variety maintains the series' tradition of creative destruction, with tools ranging from conventional blasters to reality-bending devices that transform enemies and environments in spectacular ways. Rivet and Kid provide fresh perspectives on the established formula while maintaining the charm and humor that defines the franchise's personality and appeal. The visual presentation demonstrates ray tracing, particle effects, and detailed animations that create a Pixar-quality experience with smooth performance throughout even the most chaotic action sequences. Puzzle design integrates the dimensional shifting mechanics in creative ways that require spatial reasoning and timing skills to navigate successfully. The DualSense controller integration provides tactile feedback for each weapon and environmental interaction, making every shot, jump, and dimensional rift feel responsive and satisfying. Collectibles and optional challenges encourage thorough exploration while providing meaningful upgrades and customization options that affect both gameplay and visual presentation. The pacing balances intense combat encounters with platforming challenges and story moments that develop the characters and advance the plot at a comfortable rhythm that never feels rushed or padded with unnecessary content. Natural gaming girl, speeding quick and engaging, natural fast-talking speed. Claiming 10th place is Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, the expanded samurai epic that combines breathtaking visual artistry with satisfying combat mechanics set in feudal Japan. Sucker Punch Productions has enhanced their original masterpiece with additional content, improved performance, and new features that take full advantage of the PS5's capabilities. The combat system emphasizes timing, stand switching, and honorable dueling mechanics that make every sword fight feel like a choreographed dance of death between skilled warriors. Jin Sakai's character arc explores the conflict between traditional samurai honor and pragmatic survival tactics needed to repel the Mongol invasion. The open world design uses environmental storytelling and natural landmarks to guide exploration without relying on intrusive UI elements that would break the immersive atmosphere. The new Iki Island expansion provides substantial additional content with unique storylines, characters, and challenges that expand Jin's personal journey and the game's mythology. Visual presentation showcases stunning lighting effects, seasonal weather changes, and detailed character animations that bring feudal Japan to life with historical authenticity and artistic beauty. The photo mode has become a community phenomenon, allowing players to capture cinematic moments that rival professional film photography in composition and visual impact. Stealth and ghost tactics provide alternative approaches to combat encounters, allowing players to choose between honorable direct confrontation and pragmatic guerrilla warfare strategies that reflect Jin's internal moral conflict throughout the narrative. Taking 11th position is Demon Souls, the remake that reintroduces players to the brutal challenge and atmospheric design that launched the Souls-like genre. Bluepoint Games has rebuilt the PS3 classic with cutting-edge visuals and audio design while preserving the precise gameplay mechanics that made the original a cult favorite. The difficulty design creates a learning curve that rewards patience, observation, and strategic thinking rather than reflexive button mashing or overwhelming aggression. Each area presents unique environmental hazards, enemy types, and architectural designs that tell stories through visual details and atmospheric elements rather than exposition or dialogue. The character creation and build customization systems provide depth for players seeking to optimize their approach to different challenges and boss encounters. The online components integrate cooperative and competitive elements seamlessly, allowing players to help or hinder each other's progress through message systems and phantom mechanics. Boss encounters serve as skill checks that require mastery of different combat approaches, pattern recognition, and resource management to overcome successfully. The soundtrack and sound design create oppressive atmosphere that enhances the sense of isolation and danger throughout the kingdom of Boletaria. Death mechanics transform failure into learning opportunities while maintaining stakes that make every encounter feel meaningful and consequential. The technical achievements demonstrate the PS5's capabilities through ray-traced lighting, fast loading times, and visual fidelity that brings new life to this influential and challenging gaming experience. Securing 12th place is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the middle chapter of the Remake trilogy that expands Cloud's story beyond Midgar with stunning visuals and refined gameplay systems. Square Enix has created an ambitious sequel that balances fan expectations with creative reinterpretation, delivering both familiar moments and surprising narrative developments. The combat system evolves the hybrid real-time and command-based mechanics with new abilities, party combinations, and strategic elements that make every battle feel dynamic and engaging. The world design opens up dramatically from the previous installment, providing diverse environments that encourage exploration while maintaining the linear story progression that drives the narrative forward. Cloud's character development continues alongside his companions, with voice acting and motion capture performances that bring depth to both classic scenes and new story content. The materia system provides extensive customization options for abilities, magic, and summons that allow players to develop unique builds tailored to their preferred combat styles. Many games and side activities provide variety and pacing breaks between main story missions while contributing to character development and world-building elements. The visual presentation showcases some of the most impressive graphics available on current hardware, with detailed character models, environmental effects, and cinematic sequences that blur the line between gameplay and cutscenes. Music reimagines classic Final Fantasy VII compositions while introducing new themes that enhance both nostalgic moments and original story content. The episodic structure allows for deeper character exploration and expanded story time that provides more development time for supporting cast members who were limited in the original game. Taking 13th place is Spider-Man Miles Morales, the standalone adventure that establishes Miles as a worthy successor to the Spider-Man legacy while showcasing his unique bioelectric powers. Insomniac Games has created a more personal story focused on family, community, and finding one's place as a hero in a world that already has protectors. The bioelectric abilities provide distinctive combat options that differentiate Miles from Peter Parker while maintaining the fluid web-swinging and acrobatic combat that defines the Spider-Man experience. The Harlem setting adds cultural authenticity and community focus that grounds the superhero fantasy in real neighborhood concerns and social issues. Combat encounters utilize Miles' invisibility and electric powers in creative ways that encourage different tactical approaches compared to traditional Spider-Man gameplay. The support supporting cast brings personality and depth to the community that Miles is fighting to protect, making the stakes feel personal rather than abstract or cosmic. Visual effects showcase Miles' unique abilities through spectacular particle systems and lighting that make every bioelectric attack feel impactful and visually exciting. The shorter campaign length maintains focused pacing without unnecessary padding, allowing the story to develop naturally without feeling rushed or extended artificially. Suit customization provides visual variety and gameplay modifications that reflect Miles' personal style and cultural background. The game serves as both an excellent introduction to the character for newcomers and a satisfying continuation for fans of the previous Spider-Man game, establishing Miles as a compelling protagonist worthy of his own adventures and future installments. Natural Gaming 14th place is Baldur's Gate 3, the ambitious RPG that brings tabletop Dungeons & Dragons mechanics into a fully realized digital experience with unprecedented player freedom. Larian Studios has created a narrative masterpiece where player choices genuinely matter and multiple solutions exist for every problem encountered throughout the adventure. The character creation system provides extensive customization options for both appearance and mechanical builds that fundamentally affect dialogue options, combat capabilities, and story outcomes. The party-based combat uses tactical positioning, environmental interactions, and creative spell combinations to create encounters that reward strategic thinking over simple optimization. Companion relationships develop through meaningful conversations and shared experiences that can lead to romance, friendship, or antagonistic dynamics based on player choices and moral alignment. The branching narrative structure ensures that multiple playthroughs reveal different story content, character interactions, and world outcomes that provide genuine replay value. Voice acting and motion capture bring every character to life with professional performances that enhance both major story moments and casual conversation. The world design encourages exploration and experimentation with interactive elements, hidden secrets, and optional content that rewards curious players with meaningful discoveries. Dialogue trees provide extensive role-playing opportunities that allow players to embody their character's personality rather than following predetermined story paths. The technical achievement of translating complex tabletop mechanics into intuitive digital systems demonstrates the potential for future RPGs that respect player agency and creative problem-solving approaches. Taking 15th place is Returnal, the roguelike psychological horror experience that combines bullet hell combat with narrative mystery in an ever-changing alien world. Housemarque has created a unique gameplay loop where death becomes part of the storytelling mechanism rather than a simple failure state that resets progress artificially. The combat system emphasizes movement, spatial awareness, and weapon proficiency as players navigate intense encounters filled with projectile patterns that require precise timing and positioning. Each weapon type offers distinct tactical advantages and upgrade possibilities that change the fundamental approach to combat encounters and enemy types. The procedural world generation creates familiar layouts with randomized elements that maintain exploration incentives while building familiarity with environmental navigation. Celine's psychological journey unfolds through audio logs, environmental storytelling, and surreal sequences that blur the line between reality and nightmare scenarios. The DualSense controller integration provides immersive feedback for every weapon discharge, environmental interaction, and atmospheric effect that enhances the sensory experience. Boss encounters serve as skill checks that require mastery of movement mechanics and pattern recognition while advancing the mysterious narrative through symbolic imagery. The audio design creates oppressive atmosphere through spatial effects, alien sounds, and dynamic music that responds to gameplay intensity and story progression. The game's challenge level demands patience and persistence while providing genuine satisfaction when players overcome difficult sections through improved skill and strategic understanding of the complex systems governing this haunting alien world. Securing 16th place is Gran Turismo 7, the driving simulation that combines automotive passion with competitive racing mechanics to create the most comprehensive driving experience available. Polyphony Digital has crafted a celebration of car culture that appeals to both casual driving driving enthusiasts and serious racing simulation fans through scalable difficulty options. The car collection system provides hundreds of meticulously detailed vehicles spanning automotive history, from classic muscle cars to cutting-edge electric supercars that showcase different characteristics. The track variety includes both real-world circuits and original designs that test different aspects of driving skill, from high-speed ovals to technical mountain roads. The campaign mode teaches driving fundamentals through progressive challenges that build skills while introducing automotive history and racing culture elements. The tuning system allows extensive mechanical customization that affects vehicle performance in realistic ways, rewarding players who understand automotive engineering principles. Online racing provides competitive multiplayer experiences with ranking systems and tournament structures that maintain fair competition across different skill levels. The visual presentation showcases some of the most photorealistic graphics in gaming, with detailed car models, environmental effects, and lighting that create stunning replay footage. The DualSense haptic feedback communicates road texture, tire grip, and engine characteristics through tactile sensations that enhance the immersive driving experience. Music Rally Mode combines rhythm gameplay with driving challenges, creating unique experiences that celebrate both automotive culture and musical artistry in creative ways that expand beyond traditional racing game formats. Taking 17th place is Hogwarts Legacy, the magical RPG that fulfills every Harry Potter fan's dream of attending the famous wizarding school while creating an original story set in the late 1800s. Avalanche Software has constructed a faithful recreation of Hogwarts and its surrounding areas that rewards exploration with hidden secrets, magical creatures, and lore that expands the wizarding world mythology. The magic system provides a wide variety of spells for combat, exploration, and puzzle solving that make the player feel like a capable wizard mastering increasingly powerful abilities. Character customization allows players to create their own witch or wizard while choosing a Hogwarts house that affects certain story elements and social interactions with other students. The narrative explores themes of friendship, moral choice, and personal responsibility through an original story that respects the source material while creating new characters and conflicts. Combat encounters blend spellcasting with defensive mechanics that require timing and strategic thinking to overcome both human enemies and magical creatures effectively. The house system provides different common room experiences and specialized quests that encourage multiple playthroughs to experience all content variations. Side activities include potion brewing, magical creature care, and relationship building with fellow students that create a genuine sense of school life beyond the main quest. The seasonal changes and day-night cycle create atmospheric variety that makes the living world feel dynamic and immersive. Flying mechanics on broomsticks provide exhilarating traversal options, while Quidditch-style challenges test aerial maneuvering skills in exciting ways that capture the excitement of magical flight through the Scottish Highlands surrounding the school. Claiming 18th place is Elden Ring, the open-world Souls-like that revolutionizes the formula through exploration freedom while maintaining the challenging combat that defines From Software's design philosophy. The collaboration between Hidetaka Miyazaki and George R.R. Martin has produced a dark fantasy world filled with mysterious lore and interconnected storylines that reward careful observation and interpretation. The lands between provide vast exploration opportunities with hidden dungeons, secret areas, and optional bosses that create a genuine sense of discovery and adventure. The character build system offers unprecedented variety through weapon types, magic schools, and stat distributions that allow for creative approaches to combat challenges. The mounted combat system adds new tactical dimensions, while spirit summons provide accessibility options for players struggling with particularly difficult encounters. Boss design showcases creative enemy concepts and challenging attack patterns that require pattern recognition and strategic adaptation to overcome successfully. The crafting system allows players to create consumable items and upgrade materials that provide tactical advantages during challenging encounters. The multiplayer integration maintains the series' tradition of cooperative and competitive elements while adapting them to the open-world structure effectively. Environmental storytelling reveals the world's tragic history through architectural details, item descriptions, and visual symbolism that creates a cohesive narrative without explicit exposition. The game's difficulty design rewards persistence and learning while providing multiple approaches to most challenges, allowing players to find strategies that match their preferred playstyle and skill level. quick and engaging. 19th position is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, the first-person adventure that captures the spirit of the beloved film franchise through authentic storytelling and immersive exploration. Machine Games has created an experience that balances action sequences with puzzle solving and historical discovery in ways that honor the Indiana Jones legacy. The first-person perspective creates intimate connection with the iconic archaeologist while maintaining the cinematic feel through carefully crafted set pieces and dramatic moments. The whip mechanics provide both combat utility and traversal options that make players feel like they're embodying the legendary adventurer through authentic interactions. Puzzle design integrates historical knowledge and observational skills in ways that reward careful examination of environments and artifacts found throughout the adventure. Combat encounters emphasize improvisation and environmental usage over traditional shooter mechanics, reflecting Indiana Jones's pragmatic fighting style and reluctant heroism. The globe-trotting adventure visits multiple exotic locations that showcase different cultures, architectural styles, and historical periods with attention to authentic detail. The narrative captures the tone and pacing of the classic films while introducing original characters and conflicts that expand the Indiana Jones mythology respectfully. Voice acting and character animation bring the world to life with performances that capture the charm and humor of the source material. Exploration rewards include historical artifacts, hidden passages, and optional content that provide educational value alongside entertainment, making players feel like genuine archaeologists uncovering lost secrets and ancient mysteries. Taken 20th place is Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, the Metroidvania revival that brings the classic franchise into modern gaming through fluid combat and creative time manipulation mechanics. Ubisoft Montpellier has crafted a challenging platformer that honors the series' legacy while introducing innovative mechanics that feel fresh and engaging for contemporary audiences. The combat system combines acrobatic movement with precise timing and combo execution that creates satisfying battles against diverse enemy types and challenging boss encounters. Sargon's time manipulation abilities provide unique puzzle-solving opportunities and combat advantages that distinguish the gameplay from other Metroidvania experiences currently available. The interconnected world design rewards thorough exploration with hidden areas, secret upgrades, and optional challenges that encourage backtracking with new abilities and knowledge. The art style blends traditional Persian artistic influences with modern animation techniques to create a visually distinctive experience that stands out in the crowded platformer market. The difficulty curve provides appropriate challenge progression while offering accessibility options that allow players of different skill levels to enjoy the complete experience. The upgrade system allows for character customization through ability enhancements and equipment modifications that affect both combat effectiveness and exploration capabilities. Environmental storytelling reveals the world's mythology and Sargon's personal journey through visual details and atmospheric elements that complement the direct narrative progression. The game's length provides substantial content without overstaying its welcome, creating a focused experience that respects player time while delivering complete satisfaction for fans of challenging